What's going on, Facebook fam? It's your man, Dr. Will, and you guys know the deal. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Even if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. I'm here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona, where God vacations, live from my sneaker room. So wherever you guys are, let me know in the comments. Go ahead and type it in. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. It's late. I know it's 9 o'clock almost here on the West Coast, 12 o'clock on the East Coast, but I'm just super excited. So I had to come and do this video tonight. I wanted to get it out in the atmosphere. So as you guys are coming in, go ahead. Once again, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. We are ending the month of April, getting ready to go into the month of May. I hope you had a fantastic April and you're ready for the month of May. A whole lot of exciting things happening in the month of May. So I hope that you are ready for it. I am super excited because our company is launching the updated version of our Speakers Academy and our certification program. We've been working really super hard over the last couple of months to launch this new certification program. So I'm super excited about that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later on. But I wanted to come in here real quick and talk to you about entrepreneurship and why a lot of entrepreneurs fail and what you can do to avoid being one of those entrepreneurs that fail. You know, it said that 1 out of 10 entrepreneurs actually make it and get to stay in business past 3 years. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 get to their 3rd year anniversary. And I've been working with entrepreneurs now for the last 15 plus years. And what I found out, and even true for myself, what I found out for most entrepreneurs, they're not failing because they're not passionate. They're not failing because they're not willing to work hard. What I found out for most entrepreneurs is that most entrepreneurs don't know how to run and operate a business. They're passionate, they're driven, they're willing to work hard, but they don't know how to operate a business. See, a lot of entrepreneurs, we get into entrepreneurship because we're passionate about something. You want to braid hair, you want to bake pies, you have a service that you want to help people, right? But you don't know how to operate a business. You don't know about sales. I talk to so many entrepreneurs who say, you know what? I don't like to sell. I just don't like to sell. I feel like I'm pushing my product on somebody. I feel like I'm pushing my service on someone. Well, if you don't have sales, then you're going out of business. If you don't have sales, you're going out of business. Then they don't know how to market. What does it mean to market? They don't know how to clearly describe to the marketplace what they do. They don't know how to differentiate themselves from other people that do what they do. You know, for me, I'm a public speaker. I'm a professional speaker. And most recently, I've been named one of the top 30 speakers in the world. Now, there's, I don't know how many, let's say 1 million speakers out there. So how was I able to differentiate myself? How was I able to stand out from the crowd? There's 1 million speakers. So how was I able to set myself aside? You got to know how to market. Then when it comes to the finance part of it, do you know about a profit and loss statement? Do you know how to set up your bank accounts? Do you know how to set up your LLC, or do you know how to set up your S corp? There's so many things that come to running a business and operating a business. And this is no put down on any entrepreneur, because any of us that are going to be successful, we got to learn how to do it. Whether we learn how to do it or we hire it out, it has to be done. And to have a successful business, thank God I've been in business for 20 years now. A lot of little things have to come together. A lot of little things have to come together. Your sales, your marketing, your fulfillment, your distribution, your follow-up, your client satisfaction, right? It all has to come together. It all has to come together. That's how you get sustainable growth. If it doesn't, you could be good at sales, but if you're not good at fulfilling orders, then you're going to have a lot of buybacks, right? You're going to have a lot of chargebacks. You're going to have a lot of clients and customers that aren't happy with you. You could be a nice person. You can be a personable person. You could have a good product. You can have a good service. But if you don't know how to market it, then who's going to know about you? You're going to be the best kept secret. So these are problems that all entrepreneurs run into. And until you're able to solve these problems, then you're literally going to end up out of business. And it's not because you weren't passionate. It's not because you weren't willing to do the work, as I always say. It's just all these other things started to overwhelm you. It just all started to overwhelm you. When you start to grow your company, and now it's time to get team members. It's time to start hiring. Well, as a leader, right, as an entrepreneur, there's a journey you have to go through. And I teach this to all of my entrepreneurs. So most of us, we start off as employees. So we have an employee mindset. And then you go into entrepreneurship, and usually you're an entrepreneur, but you're still operating like an employee because that's your mindset. Your mindset has been that of an employee. And so what a lot of people do, they say, you know what? I don't want to be an employee no more. I want to be an entrepreneur. So I'm going to leave being an employee. But literally what they create is literally another job that is even more stressful than their old job. Because see, when you become an entrepreneur and then everything is on you now, see, when you was at your job, you didn't have to worry about the light bill. You didn't have to worry about who's putting toilet paper in the bathroom. You didn't have to worry about who's taking out the trash. You didn't have to worry about any of that type of stuff, right? You just showed up to do your job. But as an entrepreneur, all of that falls on you now. It's your job to keep the lights on. It's your job to make sure there's toilet paper in the bathroom. It's your job to make sure there's ink in the printer. Now this is all on you. Not only are you trying to replace your salary, but now you have overhead. Now you got to figure out the overhead. And so if you don't quickly shift from being an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, where the entrepreneur says, wait a minute, I got to go get to the money. I got to go get to the money. See, how many of you have been, if you'd be honest, as an employee, you kind of dialed it in. You kind of like, you weren't given 100% all the time as an employee. Like you knew, the reports are due on Friday. I'll start looking at them on Wednesday. I'll buckle down on Thursday, and then I'll finish them off on Friday. If you were honest, how many of you would be honest and said, okay, yeah, that was me. I kind of dialed it in. Once you get on your job for 6 months, you kind of figure out the lay of the land. You know when the boss is going to walk past. You know when your reports are due. If you would be totally honest, you weren't always at 100% when you was an employee. But as an entrepreneur, you got to be at 100%. Like if you don't make the sale will not be made. If you don't make the sale, no revenue is coming in. Here's the thing about entrepreneurship. I was just sharing this with a group of entrepreneurs the other day. If you have a business and let's say you had a great weekend, like man, sales were awesome. Well, as an entrepreneur, I was sharing with them as a hotel. If you're in a hotel and the hotel this weekend is packed out, well, on Monday, that doesn't mean anything. You got to duplicate that again. You got to get those rooms sold again. You can't just chill and be like, whew. No. You got to repeat that same process. We got to get these rooms filled again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got to get the rooms filled again. On your job, you can kind of dial it in. You know what? You go to work from Monday through Friday. That's 20 days out the month. If you're really honest with yourself, how many of those 20 days was you really working? Was you really working as an employee? Be honest. How many of those days were you really working? You go there and they pay you to work 8 hours. Be honest. How many of those hours did you really work? But as an entrepreneur, you're not only working those 8 hours, man, you're working 12 hours. You're working 15 hours, right? But then for you to create the freedom that you want, the lifestyle that you want, you got to go from being an entrepreneur to being an executive. So we go from being an employee to being an entrepreneur to you now have to be an executive. What is the executive level? The executive level is that leadership level where now you're bringing on the teams. Now you're putting systems into your business, right? You're putting systems into your business. You're talking about vision now. You're inspiring and motivating your team to say, hey, this is where we are right now, but this is where we're going. And it's your leadership that has to get them there. And what happens with a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't make that switch to executive. And because they don't make that switch to executive, the business many times begins to outgrow their leadership. And when the business begins to outgrow your leadership, the business is done now because too many things are going to fall through the wayside. Too many things are going to fall through the wayside. What I see happening to a lot of entrepreneurs, right? What happens to a lot of entrepreneurs when they don't switch to this executive? One of the biggest struggles for most entrepreneurs is to get everything that's in their head into a system. We call it SOPs, standard operating procedures. You have everything in your head. You know where the checking account is. You know where the bank account is. You know how you fulfill this order and how you fulfill that order. You have all the passwords in your head. But when you start building out a team, you got to put it in a systematic way where now your team, you got to learn how to delegate. You got to learn how to delegate. If you're not good at delegating, if you're still, wait a minute, I got to sign the check. I got to do this. I got to fulfill that. You're like a chicken with your head running off, right? And to be at that next level so your company can grow, I always use this example. If your hands are full, what more can you take in? If your hands are full, what more can you take in? And that's where most entrepreneurs are. They still have, because when we started off, we were wearing all the hats. You were the marketing. You were the HR. You were the development. You were the research. You were the fulfillment. You were the distribution. You were all of that. But there's a biblical principle that says, write the vision down and make it plain. Now notice what it says, and make it plain that they that see it may run with it. Notice what it says. Write the vision down and make it plain that they that see the vision can run. You're not supposed to be running with the vision. Your team is supposed to be running with the vision. You're the visionary. You're the visionary. And so in my business, you got to come and ask yourself, if you had a job description right now as an entrepreneur, you say your job description is, I do everything. But if we could start pulling some of those responsibilities away and we say, okay, as the executive, what does your company pay you for? What does your company pay you for? If we can write a job description for you and we can put you into what we call your zone of genius, what would your company pay you for? So for me, personally, my company pays me to create content, to build business relationships, and to develop business opportunities. That's what I get paid for. That's what I get paid for. That's my sweet spot, to create content, to network, build business relationships, and develop business opportunities. That's what my company pays me for. Now, can I do a whole lot of other stuff? I can do a whole lot of other stuff, but it wouldn't be the best use of my time. It wouldn't be the best effective use as the visionary and the leader. I need to be creating content so our sales team can have something to sell, right? So our managers can have something to manage. But if I'm outside of my zone of genius and I'm trying to build a website and I'm trying to do everything else in the company and my hands are on everything, I start creating bottlenecks because the company can't work without me. So guess what most entrepreneurs say? I can't go on vacation. I can't, because if I leave, everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket. If I'm not there, it's not going to run right. The goal for every entrepreneur should be to get to the place where your business can literally run without you. So it can run without you. And all you're doing is putting in the input that you put in. So for me, that's creating content, building relationships, building business opportunities for the company. That's the space you want to be in. That's where you want to be. So let me tell you this. I'm so excited because with the launch of our new certification program, right? We've expanded it not just for those that want to particularly be in the speaking industry, but if you are an entrepreneur, the Academy is going to teach you how to set the right foundation for your business. Because I've always wanted the Academy to teach entrepreneurs how to run a business. How to run a business. See, what will happen and what you'll find out is if you don't figure out how to run your business correctly, then the thing that you love to do, you won't ever be able to do that. You won't be able to do that. Number one, your company won't be sustainable long enough for you to continuously do what you love. It won't be around because you won't have any revenue. If you don't have the foundation together, you won't have any revenue. So with this new certification program that we're launching, here's the focus on here. So I'm committed. This is my mission and this is my goal. We're going to train 5,000 entrepreneurs. How to build their brand, how to build their business, and how to build their bank account. But this is how we're going to do it. We're going to use this skill of speaking. And it doesn't matter if you're a career professional, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, every single one of us need the skill of communication and the skill of speaking to further our careers and further our business. And so inside the Academy, what we're going to be focusing on is 3 elements here. Speaking, the skill of speaking, investing, and wealth building. Speaking, investing, and wealth building. And so what we're going to teach you how to do is how to position yourself as the subject matter expert in your industry, using communication and using speaking. So no matter what industry you're in, you got to learn how to communicate effectively. Right? Whether you're selling a product, whether you're selling a service, you got to have a clear message. You got to have a clear mission. We're going to teach you how to put your business story together. What's your business story? Right? What's your business story? Not just your life story, but why did you start your business? What's your business story? Right? We're going to teach you how to create that. We're going to teach you how to create that. Right? And when you put that together, then we're going to tell you and show you and have instructors come in teaching you. All right. Now you're crushing it. Now you're earning all this money. Because as an entrepreneur, one of the disadvantages that we have as being an entrepreneur, you got to go and you got to secure your, per se, retirement, right? You got to secure, and I don't even want to call it retirement, but you got to secure your future, right? So as an entrepreneur, many entrepreneurs, they don't have a 401k. Remember, you're not an employee anymore. So you're not going to have a 401k per se. So you got to learn how to secure your future. So yes, a lot of money is going to come in, but you got to learn how to manage that money. You got to learn how to grow that money. You got to learn how to invest that money. And so that's going to be an element of the academy where you're going to learn how to invest that money so you can get to the ultimate of building wealth. So we're going to use the skill of speaking, and you're going to get real good at it, at selling, at marketing, and all the things that it takes to operate a business. And as that money's coming in, you're going to learn how to invest it. You're going to learn how to invest it. We're going to have our speaker partners come in and teach you how to invest it so you can build that generational wealth. And so I'm super excited about where we're headed and where we're going. And I mean, it's going to be, listen, for those of you who joined the community, it's going to be a fantastic ride. Me personally, I'm on, my whole thing is dominate the decade. So I'm within another decade that I'm dominating, that I'm ready to go get it. I'm ready to go get it. So listen, go over to, you want to learn more about it, go over to mygeniusspeakersacademy.com, mygeniusspeakersacademy.com. And you'll see it'll take you to our brand new platform, and you can learn all about the courses. Now, let me just share this with you real quick. So when you sign up for the certification course, as a bonus, what you're going to get is a video series, Fast Track to 50K. It's a 4-part video series where I teach you how to get your first 50K in speaking. You also are going to get the Write Your Book 4 video series. This is where I teach you how to write a book in less than 30 days. That's going to be all a part of it. Thank you so much, Bob, for putting that in there. mygeniusspeakersacademy.com, mygeniusspeakersacademy.com. And you're going to learn how to write your book a lot faster. You're going to stop procrastinating. We're going to give you a system to do it. And then we've added a video vault. We've added a video vault. And inside this video vault, we're always going to be updating this video vault with speaker training, speaker interviews, interviews I've done with some of the industry dominators out there. The vault, literally, we're updating it literally every single day. Initially, it's going to initially have about 50 videos in there, and easily we already have all these videos that we need to upload into the vault. So it's going to get up to about 100 videos inside that vault that you're going to have access to, and it's going to be arranged in such a way where you can literally just binge watch whatever area. Is going to be videos on personal development. It's going to be videos on wealth creation. It's going to be videos on building your speaker business and just building business in general, right? Just building business in general. And you're going to have access to that. So instead of Netflix and chill, you're going to be able to do business development and chill, right? You're going to be able to do business development and chill. Get your boo, get your babe, and y'all sit down and y'all learn how to operate a business. Y'all learn how to operate a business. And so I've taken all the principles and all the strategies that I've used to build my business. And so I'm not only good. Listen, guys, it's a duality here, right? I'm not only named one of the top 30 speakers in the world, but I'm also named one of the top CEOs in business here in Arizona. And it's because I've learned how to run and operate a business. So I'm not only good on the practical side, right, on the speaking side, but I'm also good at building businesses. I'm also great at building businesses, guys. And so I've been able to marry these two. And this is the type of information that we've put inside our academy that you're going to have access to. So not only are you learning from one of the top 30 speakers in the world, but you're learning from one of the top business individuals as well. And so I've married all of this material together because what I found out was, once again, as I said, most entrepreneurs are passionate about what they do. They're willing to do the work. They just don't know what work to do. So inside the academy, we're going to teach you what work to do. So go over to mygeniusspeakersacademy.com. Check it out. You want to get in. And here's the last bonus. For those of you, we're doing this for the first 3 days that the academy is open. So from now until May the 3rd, if you get in the academy, this is what I'm doing. For everybody that gets in the academy, I'm going to personally coach you one-on-one for 1 hour, and we're going to sit down and we're going to map out your journey, your success journey. So for those of you who get in by May the 3rd, everybody that gets in by May the 3rd, my team is going to set up an appointment for you and I to do a one-on-one. And you're going to be able to share your heart with me, and you're going to be able to share your vision with me and what you want to accomplish. And you're going to be able to sit down with me, and I'm going to help you get clear on the strategy that you need to implement to take your business to the next level. So between now and May the 3rd, if you jump in the academy, that's going to be an extra bonus for you. I'm going to sit down with you one-on-one, and we're going to chop it up, and you're going to get an opportunity to really get inside of my brain and see how I think and see how I strategize. And anybody you can talk to that has had one of these strategy sessions with me, they'll tell you it changes their life, because that's my zone of genius, right? I just have the ability to look at things totally different than most people look at them, and I'm able to create strategies that my clients can then go out and execute. And I shared with you guys, maybe a week or so ago, just another one of our clients just went over the $1 million mark, and it's just some tweaks that need to be made, and you're there. Like, we live in a world of abundance, right? We live in a world of abundance. And so if we live in a world of abundance, you should get your pie, not a slice of the pie. You should have your own pie. It's enough for everybody to have their own pie. So guys, I'm super excited once again. I didn't want to keep you that long. Go to mygeniusspeakersacademy.com. Listen, join the academy, join the certification program, learn the blueprint to take your business to the next level. It's still enough time for this year, 2023, to be your best year ever. All right, guys, have a great evening. I'll talk to you guys later.